We were the outcasts. We were the rebels. We were the ones that people thought were troublemakers. We had a passion for what we loved to do, and that was just to skateboard on anything. Tricks were coming every single day. There was another trick being invented, huge airs. The attitude was skate and destroy. That was it. I got introduced to skateboarding when I was about 7 or 8 years old, and that was it for me. From that day on, skateboarding became my life. When you're told you're really good at that age, you really just take it in and you start just becoming what they tell you you are. And that's what I became. I became, just like my idols. I was smoking weed. I was doing acid. This is like 10 years old smoking weed, 12 years old doing acid, 13 and 14 years old starting to do cocaine. I was living in Hollywood. I was VIP everywhere I went. I was the youngest kid at the clubs. Had all the girls. I pretty much had it all. But inside of me was dying. See, I was searching for love everywhere. I was searching for it in money. I was searching for it in fame. I was searching for it in skateboarding. Personally, I was like a bucket full of holes. I was searching for it in girls. I was searching for it in everything that the world had to offer. Every time I filled it up, it would just drain out. And none of it satisfied me. And it was just this never-ending cycle. I was empty every single time. When I looked in that vulnerable time of my life, that's when I got introduced to crystal methamphetamine. And from that moment, that's when my life began to really change. Going around the mountain. Ice, speed, tweak. From 1995, all the way to 2000, January 2000, I did crystal meth every single day, all day, going around the mountain. Crank, whatever you want to call it. I smoked it, I snorted it, I shot it. Let's party one more time. I ate it. Any way possible, I did it one more time. Basically, if you want to say, I was just trying to destroy myself. But I would have said I was trying to have a good time. One more time, one more time, one more time. In that point, I can remember just saying, I gotta quit. I'm gonna make a big comeback. I'm gonna, blow everyone's mind, and I'm gonna get sober. I'll quit tomorrow. And I'm gonna skate, and I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna have this huge tomorrow turnaround in my life. And I pictured it in my head, going around the mountain. But at the same time, it was this constant, never-ending cycle of trying to say this, but yet be sucked into a vortex of just, covering up my pain one more time, covering up my shame tomorrow, covering up the pride that was just burning up inside me, that I wasn't the guy anymore. Going around the mountain, going around the mountain, going around the mountain, till finally, in 99, I said to myself, you know what? I can't do it. I finally got arrested. I'm coming off the plane, and at the other end of the line, there was people waiting for me. I looked around and I said, man, where can I run? And there's people over there, there's people over there, and there's a person standing in front of me and saying, we have the suspicion that you're carrying narcotics. And I said, wow, I'm really in a serious situation right now. I walk in, and there were these guys just like, Christian Hosoi, no way, what's up? How you doing, man? Sick, we saw you on the news. Man, I had your board when I was a kid. And I'm like, so what are you here for? And he's like, murder. And I go, what am I doing here? And I had my first phone call. And it was to my girlfriend, Jennifer, and all I can remember is calling her and saying, babe, I'm looking at 10 years. I was crying, she's crying, and she said, I love you. We just gotta trust in God. And I went, God? I said, I need an attorney, babe. I need a lawyer. I need bail, and I'm not dying. What's God gonna do for me? See, I believed in karma. I believed in like God in a way where I thought God was everywhere. I thought my good behavior, my good person was that ticket into this place called heaven, if there was one. I had to question my existence. I said, why am I here? And I needed answers. And she said, go get a Bible, Christian. And I went, go get a Bible. Go get a Bible. Go get a Bible. And I remember just going into my room and me holding the Bible. You know, I just prayed right there. I said, God, if you're real. I said, God, if you're real, I need help. You know, I opened it up and I started at Genesis, and it was like, this is like a Star Trek movie, and I just said, no, I'm not going to start there, and I opened it up to the end, and it said Revelation. I never had a revelation yet, and I turned to John. I was like, who's John? And then I went to Psalms. I was like, what's Psalms? And what's Proverbs? I was like, those are weird names of books. And then I got to Kings. And when I got to Kings, I said, now this would be interesting. I'm going to start here. And I believe it's the second chapter. It was King David telling his son Solomon that if he would follow the Lord all of his days, that he will be blessed. And for me, I just immediately, it was like the scales fell off my eyes. And I knew why I was where I was at. I knew that I was created for a purpose, that it was to know God, follow God, live for God, and love God. And it all started when I just opened up the Bible and read it. And from that moment on, all I did was read the Bible. All I did was want to know God. All I did was pray. And in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I gave my life to the Lord, me and my wife, over the phone, county jail, San Bernardino. And with my uncle, he said, do you want to give your life to Jesus? And I said, yes, I do. I didn't know what came with that. I just knew I wanted to do it. And it was like all of a sudden I just cried my eyes out, and it was like all the guilt, all the pain, all the hurt, all the shame just fell off my shoulders, and I was like sitting there knowing that I was moving into a whole new realm, and it was living for Jesus, and I came alive. And I started just getting so excited about life that people were like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, I'm free. And they were like, you must have bumped your head, Christian, because look at those bars right here. You're in prison. And I said, no. I said, I was in prison my whole life, living in sin and death, to coming into a prison cell and accepting Jesus into my life and saying, I make you my Lord and my Savior. And in that place, I became a free man. It was like all of a sudden I went to prison and got free. And my objective was to love people. My objective was to pray for people. My objective in there was to be changed. Because I knew one day that I was going to be released. And I knew I'd be sitting right here telling you my story about how God has changed my life because I said, come in and be my Lord and Savior. I've experienced every level of love that the world has to offer. And there is no love like God's love. My name's Christian Hosoi, and I am second.